You know, not even that long ago, the internet was a wild and savage place where people conducted pranks. And it was beautiful because people would really come together and pull stunts by manipulating promotion and contests, especially if that contest required you to vote on the internet. One of the elaborate places that people pulled in together was 4chan.org, an image forum board that's anonymous. So you can pretty much say whatever you want without any consequences of it ever going back to you. Okay, and there was one creative dude on there who found out that Taylor Swift is having a contest. And in this contest, schools would have to vote to see what school can get the most votes. And the school that gets the most votes would get a performance by Taylor Swift. And you know that every 9-year-old has the same dream, right? You know that every 9-year-old just wants to see Taylor Swift perform in their gymnasium. So you know when they found out that they have the ability to see her there now, they went ecstatic and all created a Facebook account in order to vote for this. Because you know, this contest was conducted by Facebook, Papa John, and Chegg. And we all know what happened to Papa. The day of reckoning has came. But unfortunately, the amount of adults that took control of this contest was just simply not fair. They sabotaged the whole thing. The people with the bad intentions for this campaign way outnumber the people with the good intentions for this campaign. Because the school that won the contest is the Horseman School in Boston, Massachusetts. And for those of you that don't know, the Horseman School in Boston, Massachusetts, it's an all fine and dandy school. Only one thing about it though is that it's a school for the deaf. And not only did Taylor Swift not winding up even performing at the school, she didn't bother even showing up. She did donate a large sum of money to that school, which I don't know how that benefits the kids, because they're gonna grow up and leave the school. I feel like them seeing Taylor Swift, like they can still see you, they're not blind. Would have been way cooler. So, you know, she just pulled that PR stunt thinking that she's wiser than the people that pulled the prank on her. And can deaf people still feel vibrations? So technically they can still listen to music in their own way? I could have sworn that Beethoven was also deaf, but he still wrote all those sympathies. Somehow. You know, I mean, just imagine those kids after they heard that story that their school won, but Taylor Swift won't even bother showing up. Instead, the principal gets to pop champagne in his office because she donated a large sum. You know, some people do things and don't commit to them. And that's just my take on it. But you know who does commit, no matter what? Somebody who happens to be Mr. Worldwide. A similar situation happened to Mr. 305, also known as Pitbull, aka Mr. 305, aka Mr. Worldwide, aka Mr. Put It On The Line, baby. He's in the club, knowing damn well his rent was gonna be late about a week ago. He worked his ass off, and he cannot pay it though. But he has just enough to get drunk in this club, so baby, let's throw it up and live it up. Anxiety-inducing lyrics, man. If I was in the club with that mantra going through my head, I would have had a panic attack. That's just me. Other people can go to the club and not pay their rent and feel just fine. I'm not one of those people. I get more anxiety the next day than I had going into the club. Anyway, so this time Walmart held a contest with the city that gets the most votes will get a visit from Mr. 305 himself. And then once 4chan heard about this, well, they couldn't resist, right? So do you know what they did? They winded up voting the city of Kodiak, Alaska, as the #1 city that got the most votes, okay? There's 3,000 people that live in this city, which is less than how many people are employed in some Walmarts, and they still won. The only way to get to this city is by airplane. So of course an A-list celebrity like Mr. Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305, well, he would just dismiss it like Taylor Swift would, right? No, he didn't do any of that. He actually showed up. The Miami native flew all the way to Kodiak, Alaska, that he obviously never heard of, just to spend a little bit of time with some Walmart employees because they won the contest fair and square. Yeah, with some manipulation included, but that's not their fault. And I think the people that commit to things, even though the outcome or the praise might not be as much as it was anticipated to be, are worth it. Are real genuine people with big hearts. You know, if you got a contract set out by a major corporation, I think you should commit to it, Taylor. So say what you want about Floridians, but when it comes down to it, when it comes down to being a real human being, Floridians fit the bill. And maybe for once, you know, you always hear about horrible stories coming out of Florida. It's always something insane. How come we don't hear about the good things that come out of Florida? Because this is one of them. Why didn't Taylor Swift just perform at the school? I'll tell you why, because Taylor's a little bit too cool for that, okay? She probably did something else that day that made her more money. Why would she perform to people that aren't her audience? They don't listen to her music. They can't listen to anything. Matter of fact, there's even rumors that states that she flew her helicopter around that school like 10 times just to poison the children inside of it. And then she went and got herself a coffee from Starbucks. Why does she hate to death? You know who listens to Taylor? People that just turned 22. Anyways, next time you had a get together and somebody brings up Taylor Swift, or, there's just a dead silence in the room. Now you know this piece of trivia that's out there in the pop culture, at least in the internet pop culture. And you can inform people about how cool Pitbull is and how lame Taylor Swift is. I put her on the line, baby. I make it feel right, baby. I can't promise you tomorrow, but I promise you tonight. Excuse me, but I drank a little bit more than I should tonight. Yeah, Pitbull's a really cool guy and I really enjoy his music. So what? So what? Sue me.